stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no inches in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. Why the healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought runs free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all day. Sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space. Till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What the grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops.
What is going on, everyone? We are back with another live stream. We're actually live on Twitch today, too. We got a dual stream going on. Yeah, we're just trying this out. It'll be a short stream today. Just kind of want to try out Twitch streaming. See if dual stream is working right. So hopefully it is. Oh, I guess no arena's dropped. Huh. Alright, well, here we go. Into the arena grind. Into the arena abyss. Let's go ahead and get our big hoss up. Get our sub count for YouTube, that is. Alright. I guess we'll just hop into arena. I don't plan to stream for very long today. It's just kind of just like a test stream, like I said earlier. I actually have things to do later today, but just kind of wanted to get a stream out there. Just test the water, see how everything's going. Rank 5 Nova. I'm very happy with this rank 5. Can't wait to play him more. I gotta learn how to play him efficiently, and then I'll make a showcase on him. is dead. Also, Mojo isn't a she. I thought she was I thought Mojo was a she. I could have swore in Mojo's description it said she blah 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 blah. But I guess he's a he because I went back. Somebody commented and I was like very confused. But yeah, he's a he. I guess I could have swore she was a she in X-Men '97 too when Mojo was introduced. I swore they said she, but maybe they were talking about Jubilee in that episode. Mm, 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 mm. Oh man. Oops. Wow. You have an intimidate on you. Get intimidated. His light reach is actually terrible. He like has 0 light reach. Oh, mistimed it. No. I guess I shouldn't have been using these champs yet because I'm not on a win streak. I goofed. That was an oopsie by me. Should have waited till I was on a win streak to use these champions, but it's fine. Pew, pew. Ranked 5 photon. Gosh. Oh, just missed it. Perfect. Oops. Die, Jean Grey. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Oh, there goes all. What? Oh. 3 combos to the face and no heavy. Are we for real? 3 combos to the face and not a single heavy. Oh my gosh, that photon was awful. 3 full combos to the face. What's up, Clash Legends? First one in here. How you doing? Not much going on in this stream. I'm literally just going to play arenas. And I won't be streaming for very long. Probably just barely over an hour. I got some stuff that I got to go do later today. My cousin actually has graduation today, and I was going to go to that. And then after, me and my girlfriend are going up to like this stand-up comedy thing. But I just kind of wanted to try out Twitch drops to see if they worked and if it was like working or whatever. Great, brother. What about you? How's the event going? The event went pretty well. I'm pretty sure you watched my video. I think you commented on it. Yeah, you did. Thinking about it, but the event went well. I'm really contemplating on just maxing out the event, but then I thought about it more, and I really would just be doing it for an R5 and a chance at Ascended 2 Null, which Ascended 2 Null or Iron Man would be amazing. But I don't know if it's worth going for. I really have to think about that because by July 4th, those deals are going to be way, way better. July 4th is usually, in my opinion, the best time to spend in the game. I believe you get your most bang for your buck July 4th, or, of course, Cyber Weekend, just because you buy all those unit deals and then you have Banquet coming right after. But I always think July 4th is the best time because you have such a long gap in between spending events, big spending events, that is. Um, so I don't know. I don't know yet. Hold on, we got a chat on Twitch. Don't worry, I'll get to that in a second. Let me get through this Jean Grey fight. I literally dashed back, but okay. Alex Xbact. I think that's how you said your name. Don't worry, I'll get to it in a second. Alright. What's up, GSN? Hey, Tanner. What's up, Breck? What's up, Alex? What's up, man? How's it going today? Is this your main game, or do you stream other games too? I love the energy you are putting through the game. It is very massively great. Yeah, this is what I mainly stream. I play other games. I don't really care to make videos on them or stream them. This is just what I mainly stream. Do you have a Discord community for your stream? I do not have a Discord yet. Eventually I will work on getting one, but I ain't too worried about a Discord right now. If we get to about that thousand subscriber mark on YouTube, then maybe I'll look into a Discord. But right now, I just don't think it's worth it. But what's up, Brack and GSN? Can we get a Twitch link? Oh yeah, sorry, I completely forgot. I was literally looking it up to do that, and then I just completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, don't worry, guys. You can have a Twitch link. It is my bad. There, that should take you to my channel on Twitch, and then you should just be able to go to the stream from there. I think that's how that works. How's Weiger Ascended? I used her a couple times on the free-to-play, just a couple fights, just against Realm of Legends, and she's pretty fun, I will not lie. White Tiger, if that's who you mean, is really, really fun. I do kind of stand by the fact that I don't know how to explain it. Her damage is good. Like, it is very, very solid damage. But I feel like the build-up and the ramp-up for the damage that is given out is kind of, like, I think she just needs a little bit of a tune-up there. But she is a very, very fun character to play. Don't get me wrong. It is very, very, like, she's a very, very fun character to play. Just the dashing back and, like, her animations and stuff. She has a very simple kit. Which she's only rank 3 Ascended 1, and she's not awakened yet, so if I can get her maybe ranked up more and awakened on the free-to-play, then maybe I'll like her a little bit more, but she's alright. Nothing special, though. How's rank 5 Nona treating you? My first ever fight with Nova. I've never fought with Nova on offense, like, basically ever, or seriously, that is. I went into a Winter Soldier realm match, and I did it in 29 seconds. So, yeah. I did not play him awesomely. I know there's certain things you're supposed to do. What's your Discord username, brother? Tanner M. Hawsey or something like that. I don't know off the top of my head. You should pronounce your name as Tanner M. Hawsey, or Tanner... Okay, and not Tanner M. space Hawsey. How do you pronounce Hawsey? It seems Dutch, but I don't want to assume. So, the way my family has always pronounced it is Ha-Z, like ha-ha-Z, but just leave out the extra ha, so it's ha, and then, like, Z. But the way I, like, tell everybody to pronounce it is Haas. It's just the easiest way to get people to pronounce it, because Ha-Z people forget, and honestly, I go by Haas a lot, too. Like, throughout school, that's what everybody called me. Like, all my teachers and stuff, it was Tanner Haas. because it was just such an easy way to pronounce it. So yeah, Hawsey or Haas, either way. But I know it's kind of a weird last name. I don't really care if you say it wrong. As long as you say my first name and my last name with the first letter H, I probably know you're talking about me. I got Dust, White Tiger, and Spot from Box. Dust is my most wanted, and the other two weren't my least favorite, so pretty happy. Yeah, I got every box champion on this account. My free to play account, I got White Tiger, which was it was up there with some of the champions I wanted. I wanted a Atuma bad on the free to play account because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of wrong about Atuma. He gotta have some damage. He's not bad. He's definitely not the best or anything, but gotta send a Toad and then another normal copy for the dupe in a 10 pool. He's not that good, but I missed him with a token, so I'm buzzing. Yeah, I got in a 10 pop, I pulled 2 Ascended Toads. I have a screenshot somewhere. But in a 10 pop of it was when Empowered Crystals first came out. Literally like my second 10 pop ever. I pulled 2 Ascended Toads. That was before I even got them from tokens. So I took him up to rank 3. And he's at like Sig 140. And if I was to ever pull that Ascension 2, he's definitely going up. Just because an Ascension 2 champion needs to go up at that highest level. So I got Spot, White Tiger, and Iron Man for the box. Spot and Iron Man are amazing. White Tiger, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of White Tiger, but I took her up on the free-to-play because I want to be a big fan of White Tiger, if that makes sense. I do know she can do stuff, and there is a cult following, and there is a certain playstyle you have to have, but did also get a second copy of Fantastic and Storm X. Storm X is nuts, dude. And Mr. Fantastic is very, very solid. I underrated Mr. Fantastic for the longest time. But Storm X is probably the better Storm now. Yeah, hopefully. I need to kind of do some research on how to play Nova. I do know he's an annoying defender, so I'm very glad at that. I have 2, basically, Nefaria is not really the best defender, but I have 3 two-way champions now. And Nefaria's not bad on defense, but hey, Tan, can you tell me what's hype of OG Iron Man? He seems boring to me, just spam SP1s. Maybe I'm missing something, I don't know. His damage numbers are absolutely insane. You want to launch an SP2, and then you just want to spam, like, you have a mode, and it's up there, it looks like a blue bullseye on your, under your health bar. It's like a passive. It's called like arc reactor mode or something like that. It's something to do with Iron Man. It kind of looks like a blue bullseye. While that's up, you want to launch as many SP1s as possible because you'll do damage based on how many armor breaks you have on them. And the more armor you have, I think you do more armor break potency or something like that. Basically, I'll show you. I'll show you in a fight real quick why he's so good. This is just Realm of Legends, so you can't really ramp up any further. This is why I want the content creator map, just because. Also, I was just messing around with Null, so don't mind that. Where is he at? Special 2, Special 1, very simple rotation. He also has a lot of utility in his kit. When he has armor breaks, he's immune to Cold Snap and Bleed. Also, these armors are very potent. He's like as tanky as Colossus or even more tanky. But here, I'll just show you real quick why he is good. I guess he could seem like he has a boring rotation, but his damage is just absolutely stupid. He has really, really nuts damage. This is rank 4, Ascended 1, and we're just going to go for an SB2, SB1 rotation. You also want to parry special attacks to pause your armors. That'll pause your armor so they don't fall off. But, yeah. I'll show you real quick, and then we'll hop back into arenas. I need him to throw this. Alright, so he's not going to throw it, so it's fine. Let's launch this, and then hopefully he throws it. I didn't parry a single attack, but it's fine. We're going to launch a special 1, and then watch the number. That was a 47k crit at the end. And now we're somewhat ramped. These are 33k mediums. And yeah. Almost 80k crits on the end of that special 1 there. And we didn't even get the combo after that. It does take a little bit to ramp up, but once you're ramped up, that first 500k health that we just took 46 seconds. Once you're ramped up, 500k will take like 15 seconds after that, as long as you're ramped. But yeah, that's Iron Man. That's Iron Man for you with its Solaroids. Everyone I've got ascended is at least rank 3. Dustin Fantastic are going to rank 4 after I get Penny rank 5. The only ones that aren't rank 3 is A2 Negative and A1 Sassy. Mr. Negative is good in a way, but it's such an easy fix and they haven't done it yet that makes Mr. Negative such a bad champion to fight in PvP modes because of the unfazed mastery. Just take that out of his kit. Make him immune to the unfazed mastery, or make him reduce the potency of unfazed or something. So when you evade, you don't get the other champion doesn't evade or go unstoppable or whatever. Besides, if they would do that, Mr. Fantastic or Mr. Negative would be way better. But the fact that in BGs he's not that great, in AW he's not that great. But those are two big modes in the game. I know nowadays they're not as potent because people don't really play BGs as much. And AW, you can always use somebody else, but other than Mr. Negative, there's not really like a set team or whatever. Like BGs, you have to get lucky, or if you're stuck with Mr. Negative, you can only use him in that fight or whatever. Yeah, Clash Legend, that's his damage. I mean, that's why he's so good. A very simple kit, and you get that damage. And like I said, I've never understood how to play him. I mean, it's just. He's kind of got a little bit of difficult play style, but once you learn it, it's not bad. You just basically want to get as many Furies on you and turn those into those dark charges, and those dark charges, you just apply degens on the opponent. I'm not very good at explaining Mr. Negative because I haven't played him in forever. But yeah. Yeah, Legend. Iron Man's just nuts. I don't know when this milestone ends. Is this the one that ends at 12 million? Yes, it is. Okay. But we should be like max range, so. I've heard after Awakening he has some insane regen. He actually does have really insane regen. The only thing that sucks about it is you accidentally activate it all the time. If you double tap block while you're launching a special attack, which is just something like I'm just spamming block on my phone just because I'm just impatient and I'm just always touching something, or I'm always like just moving my fingers. I also do it on controller. I'm just always hitting my bumpers just as like a habit from Call of Duty. I'm just always moving my fingers, or always keeping me stimulated. So you activate his regen on accident, and it's only once per quest. But if you were to go under 15% health, his regen is nuts. It like takes you back to like 50% health or something, or 65% health, I think it is. It's absolutely absurd. Iron Man's definitely warranted the ascension. That makes him just a little bit better of a character. Like, he's just a mid-tier to good tier character, maybe a little bit better than good. He's pretty good. But that ascension just makes him even better. Like Null, I believe Null is already pretty amazing. He's not like the greatest cosmic in the game, but he was pretty far up there on like long form attacking and stuff, and that ascension just made him that much better. But Iron Man, I don't believe he's in the same like category as Null. I'm not gonna lie though, if I was to get a 4 to 5 gym from this event, I honestly it would either be Iron Man or Baron Zemo. I want to take Baron Zemo up, of course, because Zemo is just like my favorite champion right now. But I want to take Iron Man up because that would just be sick. Those numbers would be absolutely insane. What are you doing, Mike? Got screwed by Iron Regen on BG's defense. He went from 15 to 80% health. He was A1 as well. Yeah, his regen is just nuts. It makes him pretty great on defense. His kit on defense isn't that crazy. He's just a tank, and then once you get him down, he has insane regen. So he's just a really, really annoying stall defender. If his SPQ2 can do Incinerate like in Sentinel, he wouldn't be insane. That would just make him, like, broken, though. Like, they couldn't add that because it would just be absolutely nuts. And then people wouldn't ever use someone like Sentinel, if that makes sense. But, yeah, you are right. But, like, I wish I had the content creator map because I want to ramp up Iron Man. And we applied when we hit 500 subs. So hopefully soon we can get it in the next coming weeks or so. Because I would love to make content. Like I was saying like a week ago, I would love to make content on champs that are, like, very underappreciated or aren't part of the meta. But, yeah, I would also love to take certain champions in there and just fight a big punching bag. Because there's not really anywhere in the game that has massive health pools with just punching bag opponents that doesn't lock your damage. Like, every long form content in the game locks your damage at a certain point. Alright, Breck, thanks for stopping in. On YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, the only thing about Labyrinth, though, like I just said, like, he was hitting 80k crits on that SP1, on that second SP1. He wouldn't be able to hit those in Labyrinth. Because the damage caps out at 50k. You can't do any more than 50k damage in a single source. Like, I believe Necropolis is 125k, so technically I could go there, but there are certain nodes that kind of prevent you from playing just like a punching bag. Like, I literally just want to play against a Winter Soldier that has no nodes or anything. It's just you punch them. They don't have an SP3 or anything like that. I just want to show off the damage you could do. Of course, that is not realistic at all. It just kind of shows off the ceiling of a champion, I suppose. Oh, yeah, right. Yep. I always have said, though, Iron Man has such a weird, like, middle ground. Like, he's not a great long-form content champion because it does take a minute to ramp up. And then by the time you're, like, fully ramped, you got to re-ramp. I mean, he's not bad. He's really good for long-form content. I don't know what I'm saying. But he's not, like, the greatest. But, like, short-form content, you saw, that was 50 seconds. And you can't really get around doing that 50 seconds. Now, if that Winter Soldier had 1,000,000 health, it probably literally would have been like a minute. Like, that extra 500k health wouldn't have took but like 4 combos and they would have been dead. Because we would have had the 6 armor breaks. But it's such a weird kind of thing with Iron Man. But I really was worried. I thought I was going to have to rank up Civil Warrior the other day. I looked at it and Civil Warrior was tied with everybody and I was getting a little worried. But we chose Nova. I hope everybody was alright with that choosing in the video because it was the only one that was ascendable from that list. And it had the equal amount of likes. So I thought I made that pretty fair. And if everybody just hates on me for that, then I guess I can choose one of the others for my next rank 5. But I thought that was pretty fair. Also, OG Thanos was tied. Can we actually do the same with OG Captain America and Thor? Oh, yeah, give him a buff. Thor, you won't have to do much. Thor's kit, I mean, you have the armor breaks. Just make him how it used to be. Which there's a lot of champions in the game that play like that, just nuke with armor breaks and stuff. But Captain America, yeah, I could see them buffing Captain America this year. Because Captain America's never got a buff. So I could definitely see them buffing him this year. That's annoying that she went to SP3. rough estimate of how many points one might need for the chance at the Bastion title and relevant. I don't have really a rough estimate. Let's think. I have 4,000 points in that event, and that was just for me. So I'll show you. I forgot to mention this in the video too. The relevant you can cheese very, very easy, but I have 4,100 points basically. The thing with the relevant is you can do all 5 of these perfectly fine. I've done them all. I suggest this one if you want to farm points because this is the easiest one with Onslaught. I have 359 bars there. The thing is, though, you want to use this one because the relevant, it says 7-star ascended, but yeah, it says complete a boss health in the Roll Coliseum solo or whatever it is using a 7-star ascended champion. But when I was doing it, I don't know if it's still like that. I don't know if it's a bug or it's meant to be like that. If you use any ascended champion in the game at their highest level, so this one maxes out at 4 stars. So if you use a 4-star ascended champion for this, you get 2 points for each health bar. So this is Onslaught against Squirrel Roll right now is the best way to farm these points, without a doubt. But to answer your question, I don't really know. I basically just done all these, and then I done a few fun runs. Like I did one with Null. But yeah, I basically just done all of these, and then I didn't really do anything after that, and I have around 4,000 points. I would probably say you would have to be in the hundreds of thousands. There's probably somebody out there that literally has been sitting here this whole entire event doing this just to get the Bastion title. You know there's somebody out there that'll probably end with, like, I would say 200 to 500,000 points, honestly. Just because this is all they're sitting there doing. And it takes 5 minutes for, let's say, 750 points per run. Actually, we'll say 750 points per run times 5 minutes. So let's do some math real quick. Let's say if somebody grinded for 3 hours, so we'll take 30 minutes of loading screen and all that. So 2 hours and 30 minutes is, how many minutes is that? That is 150, I think. Yeah, so we'll say 150 minutes, 150 divided by 5, that is 30, so that is 30 runs he could have done, if I'm doing my math right. Wait, did I do my math right? What's up, Jonathan? Wait, I'm so lost on what I was doing. Hold on, let me backtrack here. So 100, or no, it's 30 runs. Sorry, I completely got lost. So we'll say 30 runs, 750 points per run. So you were looking at 22,500 points if somebody grinded for 3 hours straight doing this. 3 hours straight. And if you times that, which we'll say it's a 21-day event, we'll say they do 9 hours of grinding a day, which we'll say 6 hours of grinding a day. So that's 21, or actually, hold on. So 2250, that is divided by 3, and that is about 7,500 points an hour, and then we'll times that by whatever 9 times 21 is. That is that, So roughly, this is a very random, rough estimate. I don't know what I'm talking about, just a random, rough estimate. If someone was to grind, which there's probably someone out there doing something similar like this, and they're maximizing their points, and I kind of gave them a little bit of a buffer here of 9 hours a day for 21 days, which somebody, or not 9 hours, I think I did, hold on. Let's do 5 hours, sorry, we'll do 5 hours. That times 21 times 7,500. That is 787,500 points. So if somebody was to grind for 5 hours a day for 21 days on this realm event, they would have 787,500 points. It doesn't sound too crazy for somebody to sit there and grind for that long for a Bastion title. So yeah, there might be people in the millions. That's basically what the whole rant was about. Sorry, I was just trying to do math and trying to explain stuff, but yeah, I'm not very good at explaining stuff. Anywho, what's up, Flying Chicken? Yo, Tanner chat, how's it going? Pretty good. We're just doing some arenas, just chilling for a little bit before I have to leave. 4 wins away from getting Blade. Is he any good? He's not bad. He's just not anything crazy. Have you tried out the R5 Nova? Yes, I have. I believe Clash Legend earlier. My first fight in Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, I killed him in 29 seconds. And I've never played Nova previously. Don't know. I just know you want to dash in and out and whatever, but yeah. I'm really curious on how many points we're going to get in a few weeks. Time is going to be crazy. Yeah, I was just explaining. If you want to farm points, go to the 4-star one. Use maxed or ascended onslaught, and you get 2 points per bar. I mean, I got a 350 bar or 360 bar run, so that's 720 points just for that run. And that run took me 5 minutes. So I mean, this Coliseum event, I'm pretty sure it's bugged. I don't think it's meant to be like that. I don't think you're meant to get points for any ascendable champion. I think you're just meant to get points for ascendable 7 stars, but you for some reason do. But geez, yeah, he's super underrated. Cantona's a big Nova guy too. Yeah, I need to learn how to play Nova. If I learn how to play him efficiently, I'm going to learn how to play him efficiently, and then I'm going to try to make a gameplay showcase on him to my best of my ability, of course, because I've never really had any Nova action, but no. Oh, I also popped 4 crystals earlier. 4 empowered crystals. I don't know why I did. I usually save for like a live stream or something. And I pulled a Lady Deathstrike Ascension. So, that was pretty cool. Any tips for BGs? Dude, just don't get frustrated with yourself and don't get frustrated with the game. That was my big issue. Every time something would go wrong, I just get so pissed and I just want to quit. Just don't. Just take it on the chin and move on. BGs is very, very annoying this season. The rewards for BGs aren't that great anymore. The meta kind of sucks, and they locked a blade piece behind it. So if you are really, really struggling, you can wait till probably around the last week when everybody's already in the GC. But if you want to keep playing, I would look up any don't play. Yeah, I guess. But if you don't have the blade piece, then you're going to want to play. I would look up any defender you really, really struggle to fight. I would look up best counters and how to fight them. And then I would go in practice mode and fight them with your lower tier champs. But that being said, that always isn't the same as a BG's match. But that's how I got better with a lot of champions. Like a lot of champions I couldn't fight on defense. I would just go into practice mode and legit fight them with 4 stars. Not even to kill them, just to like kind of go over their special animations, go over their kit. Also, go in Realm of Legends Winter Soldier. Just practice with your attackers that you are choosing for attack a lot. Just get more comfortable with them. There's nothing wrong with going into Realm of Legends Winter Soldier every now and then. I do it all the time. I'll just randomly go in with some random champion like Domino. Domino's a great example. Sometimes I'll just go in with Domino. I used to all the time just because I'd want big crits. But anyways, that's all I got for you. Lady Deathstrike isn't too bad. She's just mid, I say. Decent utility, too. Yeah, I haven't really seen much on her, but I pulled her, and I was like, man, that was pretty cool. Just out of a 4-pop of Empower Crystals. But I'm kind of mad I did pop them because, of course, it's off-stream. I would love to have done that on-stream or something, but yo, are we for real? He still wasn't throwing a special there. Man, if they added some sort of practice map where you could choose what nodes and defenders you fight, it'd be so helpful. I just don't see them doing that just because that would make the game too easy in a way to where, I don't know how to explain it, but like, which they kind of have that for the CCP. That's my biggest issue is that, which I kind of was saying how I wanted the CCP earlier, but they have that for the CCP, and I just feel like that's kind of unfair to some players that don't have access to that, like myself. But then again, the CCP is also meant to make educational content for people to watch and understand how to fight. So it kind of balances out. But yeah, the practice thing, I think they should do that with bosses. If you beat a boss like Ares, they should just give you a map, kind of like how they did with Karina. How they did it with Karina was perfect. I wish they do that with every single boss, where you don't have to go through a node or a path. You just go in and you fight them. It's just their very own path that you unlock after doing it. But I was doing great until I got to Vibrating him too. Yeah, it's always that final stretch. Can we add more champs in Realm of Legends? Just make it every champ in the game. No, but yeah, I think a practice map for bosses. Like they should still do that. Like I don't know why they haven't yet. I feel like that was such a great hit with Karina, replaying that all three bosses at the end there. It was very fun. It felt very rewarding to beat all of them. I don't know why they haven't done it for other bosses. Like bosses like Bahamut that are really really annoying and hard to most players. Why not give the availability to fight them after you're done fighting them, so when you go to explore, you have a little bit more practice. But I don't know. I mean, there's also bosses in the game that I would love to just go fight. Like Glycon. Glycon is one of my favorite bosses in the game, even though he's kind of difficult. I just always loved fighting him, but I don't feel like going through a whole path just to fight him. Or Ares. Ares is always fun. They should also make it to where like you don't have to use revives or anything. You can just go in and play them. What? What the? Oh, the stun or the thing. Yeah. Oh, that works. I didn't even use my. I just realized I didn't use my SP1 there. That was funny. That was funny. I didn't even use my SP1. Arena is also good for practicing if someone wants challenges. Challenge try with low stars. Yeah, Arena's not bad. Arena. The only thing about Arena is it's random champions. But Arena's very good for like practicing the gameplay mechanics in itself. Because like right now, I'm playing equal star level champs, so like it's gonna be really hard to die. I'm gonna be careful saying that because I might end up dying after I say that. But as I get special 3'd, I was trying to launch a special 1, but anyways, back to what I was saying. Arena is very good because it's constant action, and you can learn how to do your dexes, learn how to do your parries, learn how to do your heavy counters. It's the best way in the game, in my opinion, because there's nothing you're losing doing it. Like, you're not wasting energy, I guess you're wasting gold, I guess, but a little bit of gold, but you're not wasting energy, you're not losing anything, you're not using revives, you're not using potions, you're only benefiting units and crystal shards from doing arenas. Wow, that didn't kill her. still can't believe earlier I thought Mojo was a girl. I don't know where I got that from, but I swore. Oh yeah, stun, reduced potency or whatever. I could have sworn the X-Men '97 show they like called her a girl at one point. What the? This dude is hard blocking. Oink. Oink. Are we serious? The next event after this one is July 4th. Yes. That usually starts. I'll have to look on the calendar, but I can probably tell you when it would start. It usually starts either on July 4th or the Friday before. I can probably tell you what day it'll start. Yeah, I don't know why that paused, but I'm glad it did. July 4th is that Saturday, so July 4th event will start Friday the 3rd, or it'll start Wednesday the 1st. One or the other of July, so that is like a month and a half away. What event is that? What do you mean? The July 4th event? We don't know. I'm assuming in the June live stream. So basically, the next live stream we'll get the details on the July 4th sale. Which is kind of crazy that back-to-back live streams are talking about sales. But that's probably when we'll get the event or the details on it. So it kind of makes me want to save for July 4th. Kind of just suck I spent all my units now, but I got good content out of it. I made good videos, so I'm not very upset. But July 4th is definitely the one you want to spend on. So hoping this guy would just die. He's still not dying. There we go. Arenas would be great for practicing if the AI wasn't so darn passive. Yeah, it's just because it's old AI. I guess that's all you can say. But yeah, I wish the AI was pretty aggressive in Arena. It'd make things go way quicker. But I really do plan on doing a lot of Arena streams and just hanging out like this. With you guys, if that's something you guys are interested in, because there's nothing going on. I'm not going to have a big crystal opening or anything in this video, but I am going to be able to talk to you guys, answer a lot of questions, and I'm going to be grinding units at the same time for, hopefully, a big July 4th opening, which last year, I did not spend. Oh, no, not last year. There was an event last year I didn't spend on because I didn't have units, but yeah. I think after July 4th, it's really just Banquet. Because there's always a Halloween sale, but it's like nothing special. July 4th, what do you if you don't include Cyber Weekend, I would say Cyber Weekend is probably better than July 4th. Like value, it's obviously better value-wise. You get more bang for your buck. But the thing with July 4th is there's such a wide gap in between spending events from July 4th to the banquet time of that year. I would say July 4th is a very, very good thing. I always feel like in the economy of the game, July 4th is usually the best time to spend. I always feel like, what's it called? Cyber Weekend has kind of lackluster deals, but then you use those units for Banquet, so it kind of balances out. But I always think July 4th usually has the best stuff in it. So I don't know. July 4th and Cyber Weekend are pretty close. And then the earlier, like the Halloween, or not the Halloween, the like Valentine's Day, all those sales are not that great. They're just kind of hoping you spend money on them. Anything special for the new Spider-Man movie coming? I have not heard anything. I've not seen anything about it, but I do imagine that the champions for June or July, sorry, will be Spider-Man related. I'm assuming they will be Man Spider and Tombstone. That's kind of my prediction. That's if he is Man Spider in the new movie. If he's not Man Spider in the new movie, they probably won't do that. They'll probably just do like Tombstone and maybe like Boomerang or someone like that. Maybe like a tech champion. But Tombstone is a skill, so he's probably going to be added that month, I would say. I don't know why they wouldn't with the Spider-Man movie. But I just think there'll probably be like a realm event with like Cavalier crystals or something for it. Like nothing special. I don't think they'll have anything crazy. There might be offers in the store you can buy that are like crystal chances for like Stark Spidey or something. But when's the new PvP mode coming out, or the PvI? I think it's PvE. They said next month we get more details. So in the next live stream, we should get more details. And I think it was releasing in July, or it might be releasing next month too. But so this is going to be my first banquet, so I'm kind of curious how much stuff you get for free during banquet, or is it more of a spending event where you just get really high value stuff for deals? Is banquet the same every year with crystals and the cost units that go towards a milestone? Banquet has mostly been the same. Last year they tried something new with the Jubilant crystal that kind of separated the rewards. So it's going to be different probably now with the Jubilant crystal. Basically, Banquet, there's a Grace Crystal system with the Banquet Crystals last year. Every 15 crystals, you get a Jubilant Crystal. And that Jubilant Crystal, you have really, really great rewards. But Banquet, it's not necessarily offers. It's kind of like how the last event was. The event that we are in right now, where every crystal you open counts towards points. And with Banquet, every crystal you buy is points. So it's a unit thing. But there's so much randomness with the Banquet. You just have a crystal that has a chance of giving you literally like the highest level rank in the game, or giving you like tier 4 alpha 5% catalyst. It's just a very, very random thing. But each crystal is like 200 units. So it's a really big, and it's at the end of the year where the meta is starting to switch. In the next coming months, the meta will switch to the next rank. So that's when you really want to use all your units, because you get the most amount of rank 4s or rank 5s or whatever. So basically, Banquet is a how many units you can get by Banquet. Banquet is just you want to spend as many units as possible. There usually isn't deals for Banquet. There's like deals for like $50 where you can get 20 crystals instead of 10. Because usually a crystal for Banquet costs like $10 in units or whatever. So they kind of give you 2 for 1. But yeah. Yeah, it's all units. There's not really any money. That's what I'm saying with Cyber Weekend. The deals are you get stuff for spending money. In those Odins, you get extra stuff with Cyber Weekend. So you save those units that you got, and you get the stuff with the units, and you always get more units during events with the stuff. So yeah. So you think this year they're going to start giving out? Yeah, they always do. During Banquet is the first time we ever see the next rank. For whales, that if you like get top, I think last year was top 20, got a rank 5 And then top 3 got a rank 6 Punisher. Rank 6 still isn't even out in the game. So yeah. This year they might do a little, they might go differently. They'll still probably release rank 6s, but I don't know if they're like, their thing they're most focused on is rank 6s because of Ascension now. So they might be different with Ascension. They might give out like Ascension materials or whatever, but usually during Cyber Weekend is when they kind of launch the idea of rank 6s and the mats for it. And then Banquet is where you can really get a lot. And then the content after Banquet is when you can get usually your first next rank in that January, February time. I believe I got my first R5 in February or January this year. Maybe it was February. I don't know. Maybe it was March. I can't remember, but that's usually the cycle of the game. Whatever. I was cool. But with Ascension being the thing now, it might be different. Oh. Like, I'm pretty sure last year, the crystal or the drop for tier 5 alpha, which is the rank 5 resource, was like 530 in a crystal. I think it's the most you could get. Maybe it was 5,000. It might have been 5,000. No, it might have been 530. I think it was like, or maybe it was 600. I think it was literally like 1%. I just went to see July 4th previous year event. Yeah, it makes sense. Ascension is definitely the future of MCSE. Unfortunately, it does seem like it, and I don't know how they're going to make it better for the free-to-play player. I feel like we're going to get to a point where Ascension is going to be so far, like you're going to have to rank up your champion so much with Ascension that it's just going to be hard for a free-to-play player to get a maxed out level character that they want. Command gave 7-star Stark Spidey for 3 key units. Hope they do the same this year. For July 4th, they did? Really? I know they gave it to you for free during Banquet. That's how I got my Stark Spidey. I got it for free during Banquet through the Realm event, which I guess it wasn't free. You had to like you had to open a bunch of crystals for that. But yeah, I don't remember July 4th last year. I think I have an opening on my channel of July 4th, and now I'm thinking about it because it was the Heat Wave thing, and I think that's where you got Human Torch for the first time. But I didn't spend enough for Human Torch. I didn't feel like it. I really didn't spend much, but I have the opening. It's one of my most viewed videos on my channel. Actually, it was for the longest time. It was one of my only videos that are above 1,000 views. Nowadays, it's different. I have a bunch of videos that are above 1,000 views. Thanks to all of you guys. I'm actually closing in on 5,000 views on the video, which is absolutely nuts. I did not think I would ever hit 5,000 views on a single video. We've only been grinding unit arena for an hour, and I feel like we've got a lot done. I gotta learn how to play Magic. That's my goal. I need to learn how to play Magic efficiently. I didn't utilize the previous banquet as I become Thronebreaker just 15 days before banquet ending, plus I joined the new alliance that time, so I didn't get the alliance rewards. Yeah, you want to make sure you're in an alliance right as July 4th, or whatever it's called. What is it called? Cyber Weekend. Once that starts, you want to be in an alliance just for banquet. Um, Last year, we did pretty... I think we maxed out the banquet reward. I'm pretty sure we did. Um, I mean, I obviously have Absorb Man and Kingpin up at R4. I had so many units. Last year's banquet was the best banquet I've ever had, and that's why I'm saying it was one of my favorite events, just because I got so lucky too with the opening. I wish I was making YouTube videos back then. I really don't know why I didn't make YouTube videos back then. I just randomly decided to start making videos again, and I'm glad I did, obviously. Command just didn't want us to save units for banquet. That's their goal with every event. They want us to spend all our money and all our units for the next event, which is a very smart marketing, like very very easy way to make revenue for them. So I'm not hating. It's obviously what they're doing. Everybody knows what they're doing, but every event that comes out, they just want you to spend as much units as humanly possible. So the next event, you have to buy offers for money, or you have to buy units to be able to open crystals or whatever. So that's just how they keep making money, which is totally fine. That's how this game, they have to make money for this game to work. But the only time it ever angers me is when there's big issues in the game that like are bugs and they have not got them fixed, and then they go ahead and decide to release unit offers or money or offers in the game to make money off of when there's issues in the game that they have not fixed. That's when it really angers me. But wow. You play on PC? Yeah. When I stream and make videos and all that, it's all on PC. I do play on my phone all the time, but most content nowadays I do when I'm on PC. So I feel like I play on PC more nowadays than I did before. Who you play? Is Hyperion or Gladiator in God Tier Cosmic or none? I like Hyperion very much ever since I got him as 5-star. But after seeing Gladiator gameplay, he seems better than Hyperion. Hyperion is a lot of RNG. You have to get very lucky with the AI, or not AI. You have to get very lucky with wow. To get very lucky with your your power gains. Not power. God, your Furies. Hold on. Let me restart. Hyperion is all RNG. All right. You have to get lucky with your Furies on the heavy attacks. If you can do that, his damage is very, very good, and it's very easy. All you got to do is just parry and spam heavies, get a bunch of Furies, launch a big SB2, rinse and repeat. That's all Hyperion is. Gladiator has a lot more stuff in his kit. You want to build up your confidence. Once you're max ramped on your confidence, you're doing a lot of damage with specials and normal attacks. Also, you want to be able to punish attacks during specials. So that being said, when there's downtime in a special, like right now, you want to be dashing in with Gladiator, and you want to be hitting the opponent while they're idling in their special, because you'll do burst of damage. But yeah, Gladiator I would say is probably better just because he's got a little bit more of his kit, and he can be a little bit more annoying on defense. Not too crazy. Actually, I don't know. Hyperion can be pretty annoying on defense. They're pretty equal. I would rank them equally. What are your future plans? Don't know. Hopefully I can keep making videos and making content on MTOC. Of course, that's not my full-time job or anything. Like, I don't plan on this ever being my full-time job. That'd be sick if it was. But for YouTube, I just plan on keep uploading daily, making content, going over certain events, just being a part of the MTOC community. Hopefully becoming a CCP member so I can make like educational guides on how to fight certain champions or how to play certain champions. That would be great. But yeah. There we go. No. Who do you think has most chance of becoming a 7-star banquet? Hulkling, Dr. Doom, CGR, Kate Bishop. Well, Hulkling's already a 7-star. I have him at rank 5. So, don't think he's going to come in Banquet, because he just did come in last year's Banquet. Dr. Doom has a Cosmic version coming out at the end of the year. So, that being said, he probably won't come in the Banquet. Now, CGR and Kate Bishop, I could see come in this year's Banquet. They both probably could. They are on equal level in terms of how good they are. I didn't realize she had a Neuroshock on me. I would say they are equal, like, levels of goodness. So, like, they are both the respective best in their class for sure, especially as 6 stars. So if they were released as 7 stars, that would be great. Also, Kate Bishop was going to become a 7-star, but we unfortunately voted on Shang-Chi to enter the Titan Pool as the first Titan Pool champ. So the only reason they're holding back on her is because they know how much people want her in the game, so they're going to wait to a big event. Oh, sorry, not Hulkling. I meant Hercules. The thing with Hercules is, I don't think he's that good. Let me rephrase that. He is still a very, very great character, and he can carry you through the early game. He's still a god-tier character, but I don't think he's that good in today's current meta anymore. There are a lot of characters that can completely shut off Hercules at ease, and there's a lot of, like, he's not that crazy anymore. There's a lot of characters in the game that can do what he does at the 7-star level, and that has the damage output that he has, that I just don't think he's like absolutely the best thing since sliced bread. Of course, he is a great champion, and if he was to become a 7-star, that would change up the meta a little bit. But I still don't believe he would make that big of a difference if he did. I believe CGR is a better champion than Hercules for sure. But Hercules has so much hype around him, just for the simple fact that not everybody is a top of the line, like, Valiant, Elder tier player. A lot of people are lower level progression in the game. There's actually a bunch of people who are in the lower level progression. You just only hear from the elders because that's who make content, or that's almost everybody who makes content are elders or valiants or whatever. But there is a good 70% of the player base probably is lower than Valiant and is Paragon, maybe 50 or 60. But that being said, Hercules to them is that is their best champion in the game, just because that content Hercules is very, very good for that lower content. He's one of the best in the game just because he cheeses so much. So he is seen by many to be the best champion in the game. So to Kabam, in their eyes, it's like, well, we're not going to release him yet because he is the best champion in the game. He'd bring a lot of money. But realistically, like me, I would not care if I got 7-star Hercules. I would love to get him, but if he came out in an event next to CGR, CGR would be my main guy I would go for. Even with Kate Bishop and CGR and Dr. Doom, he would be 4 on that list. So yeah, that's my Hercules rant. Kabam recently nerfed Hercules, maybe. I think they're just bringing him back as a 7-star, I guess. They didn't nerf him. They were just a bug. I believe they fixed him, though. They did nerf him, but I believe they fixed him. It was just a bug they had. Are you excited for a brand new day? Absolutely. One of my... It's obviously behind Doomsday, my most hyped movie of the year. I can't wait. I'll be there day one. Next week, Star Wars movie comes out, too. Can't wait for that. But, yeah, I'm absolutely pumped for a brand new day. I can't wait for it. Whew. Doomsday. I'm not gonna lie. I've never watched Dune. The only reason I've never watched Dune is because the first time I ever tried to watch Dune 1, I fell asleep. The second time I ever watched Dune 1, I fell asleep. So I've just never rewatched it. It's also my fault for turning it on at night. I do know Dune 1 is very, very slow at the beginning, and it does pick up near the end. But Dune 2 is like the best things ever. Like, many people think Dune 2 is the best movie ever. So I know I got to get through the beginning half of Dune 1, and then everything will be worth it. But yeah, I've never watched Dune. I do know it. What I've watched and what I remember from Dune 1, it was a pretty good, alright movie. Just wasn't anything crazy. But like I just said, Dune 1, I believe, is a ramp-up movie. Like, it gets better as it goes, and then Dune 2 is just absolutely amazing. And they set up Dune 3 very, very well, where people are very, very hyped for it. So that being said, I do believe I would like Dune. I just got to watch it. It's just such a long movie, and I've had those 2 instances where I fell asleep watching it, so it just doesn't interest me that much. But yeah. There are very few medias where I have not really watched anything in. I don't really watch anime. The only one I watched was Attack on Titan. That was a long time ago, and I never watched the last season just because I just stopped watching it. But Attack on Titan, what I watched was amazing. Attack on Titan is like literally one of the best shows ever. It was absolutely phenomenal. I've of course watched like when I was little, I watched Pokemon just because it was on the Cartoon Channel or whatever. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z like when I was younger too, like 10 or 11. It would just be on the TV. I would watch that. But besides that, I watched a little bit of Naruto. But besides that, Attack on Titan is the only anime I've really watched and seriously got into when I was older and could understand things. So anime, I'm not really big on. I don't hate it. Like, I probably would like a lot of it. I just don't care to watch it. Invincible, I don't consider an anime. If so many people consider that anime, then yeah, I guess I watched it. Invincible is like my favorite thing ever. But yeah. What do you think about IMAX not giving screens to Doomsday? But they basically made their own IMAX. They have their own thing. I forgot what it's called. It's like called Infinity Vision or something. In September, they are re-releasing Avengers Endgame. Sorry, I had to remember which one it was. They're re-releasing Endgame with actually new scenes, they said, in a new like version of IMAX called Infinity Vision. I don't know what that is. They didn't really give any other details. They just said that'll be the first movie they've released with Infinity Vision, and then they will be releasing Doomsday with Infinity Vision. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's literally just an IMAX equivalent because they didn't have IMAX screens, but yeah. You have a girlfriend. I do. She puts up with me. So we are this November will be 4 years. 4, I believe. Demon Slayer? No, I've heard great things about Demon Slayer. I've heard great things about a lot of animes. I just don't watch them. I don't know why. Attack on Titan was the only one I ever watched, but Attack on Titan was peak from what I remember when I watched. I want to rewatch it, but I'm a big Marvel nerd. That's probably my like cup of tea. Of course, obviously I'm playing Marvel, but Marvel's my cup of tea. I really, really like Star Wars. I'm not good at Star Wars trivia though. Like I don't know much about Star Wars. I've watched like all the movies almost, but I'm just such a casual fan of Star Wars. Like I don't know. I do love Star Wars, and of course DC I like. The Batman is my favorite movie of all time, the 2022 version. That's a fun fact for you. Maybe I'll start doing trivia midstream, and you guys will know that. Yeah, I've heard that. Demon Slayer is amazing. I also watched the One Piece live action. It made me want to watch the One Piece anime. The only thing about One Piece is it's just so long. But I have watched the One Piece live action. The One Piece live action was really great. Actually, I really liked it. It was kind of cringe, but I knew it was going to be, and it was really fun. Dashback. They released Valkyrie alongside Hulkling. That's kind of crazy. And X-23 and Jane Foster alongside Hulkling. How are they expecting someone to pick them over Hulkling? It's kind of wicked. Hey, one question. How much units a free-to-play can get from now until July 4th? Act 4, 6, 7, 8 still to explore. I would explore all the unit paths, obviously. If that's what you want to do. And just do arenas. I mean, you could probably get a couple thousand. I would say there's arenas every 2 days. We have how many days till, we'll say, the 1st of July is when they'll probably release those sales. How many days? So we got 46 days. That's 23. So around 22 to 23 arenas that you can do. And you don't get an insane amount of units in arenas in itself. You just get them from accumulating like multiple, like one arena, like this whole grind that I'm doing right now isn't going to give me an insane amount of units. But if you keep doing them, you're going to get more and more and more and more and more and whatever. But that being said, I would say you probably won't get enough if you start now to really go far free to play in July 4th. But if you start now and like maximize your unit grinding by doing your daily super event and all that every single day, I would say you would have enough to get pretty far in Banquet. So yeah, I would focus on Banquet now if you plan on being free to play. I think July 4th is too close that you won't be able to really grind as many units back. But yeah. I okay. Big SB2. Pro. Really? We are like one fight off of max milestones. That's funny. I could have maximized a little bit better by doing 6-star fights at the beginning, and doing my bigger fights at the after that. But Cookie Crumble, hey Tanner, saw the video you made. Sorry about your units lost. No, it's all right. I've since overcome that. I've since found the kind of light at the end of the tunnel, as you might say. The free crystals that I got made it to where I basically got a R5 from the event. I thought I wasn't going to be able to, but with more research into the event, I was able to get an R5, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. I still do feel like I still wouldn't have spent that many units on this event in itself. But now, because I have part of me kind of wants to finish out the event because I'm already 300 points out of 450 needed. So I don't know. It's not as bad as when I was first made that video, I thought I literally, like, I was about to quit the game. I wasn't that far along, but like it really did kind of screw with me. But after kind of taking time to settle down and stuff, it's not as bad as it was. But thank you for stopping into the stream, my man. Alright, this should be the last arena fight we had for this stream. We should be done with the milestones. Yep, nice. Took about an hour and a half. That's not too crazy. I don't know how many units this gives me. So, 5... Somebody do the math. 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 15 times 9, so that's 135. That's 135 units in an hour and a half of grinding of arenas. That seems like very little, but you get these things that give you a chance at units, and you get a lot of them, and plus every fight you win, you get a lot of them. So it all adds up at the end. You get a lot more units than you'd think. Plus you have this one, you get basically the same amount of units with, and it takes the same amount of time. The points just are, I don't know, it usually takes about 40 to 50 runs. But yeah, that's probably going to be the end of the stream today, guys. I've been streaming for an hour and a half, kind of a little bit longer than what I wanted to go because I have to be in town by 5, so I got to kind of hustle. But I did enjoy streaming today. Do you watch any sports? Yes, I wouldn't say I watch them all. I watch a little bit of basketball. We'll say basketball is probably the least amount of sport I watch, but just a little bit here and there. During playoffs is when I really watch basketball. Football, I watch all football. I watch all baseball. American football, that is. Soccer or football, that most people know it by. I watch here and there. Not very often anymore. When I was playing soccer or football, I did watch it a lot, but now I don't watch it as much. My main sports that I watch are football and baseball, because usually that takes me through the whole year. Like, once baseball ends, football has already started, and once football ends, spring training of baseball is getting ready to start up. So it kind of takes me throughout the whole year. And when that downtime is a thing where football and baseball aren't playing, usually something else is on, or I just don't watch TV. But Do you upgrade 4 stars for arena? I want to start getting them because it would make things so much more efficient, but I don't want to prioritize them over my 7 star. I upgrade almost all my 4 stars for grinding. Yes, I would say every week. Here's what I do. Let's just do that. Here's what I do. So every week, and this will be the last thing before I get off. I would claim all this tier 3 and then all the other 4-star materials to rank up a 4-star. That should give you enough to rank up, max out 2 4-stars a week. And I've been doing this for a while, which I haven't in a while, just because I've been so behind on everything else. But if you can see here, I have 102 4-stars maxed out. I also ascend them over 5 stars. But every week you should get about 2, and I mean that just keeps accumulating. And I don't even think this is enough to max out the milestones. But yes, 4 stars are very, very easy to max out in today's current game. The only thing that is holding you back is just finding those materials. They're so hard to find because 4-star materials aren't that like potent in the game anymore. But yes, I would go into that store and get all the 4-star materials you can. And you can upgrade about 2 to 3 a week. Also, every day there's a daily event, kind of like the daily super event where you do get that catalyst too. So yeah. I'm also so broke on gold. I keep going up to a few million, then I lose it all upgrading 7 stars. What do I get to stop worrying about? Or when do I get to stop worrying about being short on gold? I'm Valiant 9.4, by the way. I haven't worried about gold in a while. I don't really know what to tell you. I've never really worried about gold. That's kind of the same thing. Make sure you max out, like, in the Essence store, I don't believe there's any gold, but in the Mysterium, there's always this gold. I'll just go ahead and max it out right here. This is a lot of gold. This is like 4 million-ish gold. No, it's not. Is it? It might be. It's pretty close to a lot of gold. But I would just max out that. I would max out your ISO. So if you do ever go in overflow in the ISO, you can just click sell 100 and then boom, sell it. That's 250 gold right there. So yeah. Gold is really hard to I don't know how to tell you to grind gold just because I've never had that problem. I mean, I have had that problem, of course, but then I've overcome that problem. And now I've, been at 88K for so long that, or not 88 million. I'm usually at 100 million. This is kind of low for me, but I do all my dailies, all my Mysterium gold, daily Superman, etc., and still find myself short. Eventually, which it's kind of hard to say this, but eventually in the contest, in the game, you will hit a point where you are not ranking up champions as often, and you are getting a lot more gold. So then you'll just hit the point, because there were points where I was like you, and I just had no gold. But now, I mean, I feel like I'm never going to run out of gold. Like, look at this. I have 676 of these crystals. Well, let's pop 100 of these right now and see how much I get from it. From 100 of these crystals, and I have 676 of them. We'll just pop 50. 1.1 million gold from 50. So I'm going to get around 15 million gold-ish. Maybe around 15 million gold from this. Maybe a little bit less. Probably around 12.5. But, yeah. Gold is harder to find for beginners to intermediate players. Yeah, gold is really hard to find at the beginning of the game, and at the end of the game, you have too much of it. I'll pop these open, too. Yeah, and I have a bunch of these too. These are just gold crystals as well. So, yeah. Titans. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching me grind units. I'll probably have more streams like this throughout the coming weeks just because it's kind of a chill grind and I can talk to you guys. I basically talk to you guys the whole time. So, yeah. I'm going to head out of here. Please, if you haven't, go show support on the newest video. Had a big opening and a lot of rank ups. We got our newest R4 or R5 that you guys chose, which is Nova. I'm very happy about this. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I don't know when I'll be streaming again. I will have a video out tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Thank you all for coming out. Peace.